Hey guys, what's going on? We're back with another Enhancement Shaman PvP video back in the solo shuffles. And yes, we are still nerfed, which does suck, but it's not all bad. Our stocks have gone down, but just keep pushing through, I guess. I don't know. That's what I did. Not very fun though. But anyways, I am still playing my Elemental Blast video because I did, or video build because I did try the Primordial Wave build, but I really didn't like it. So I'm sticking with my Elemental Blast version, and it just seems to be giving me the most value. Anyways, we have a Ret Paladin, a Holy Paladin, a Marksman Hunter, a Holy Priest, and a Fury Warrior. So this is not your favorite matchup for an Enhanced Shaman. I think everybody can agree on that. So on this first setup, it's myself and the Ret versus the Marksman and the Fury Warrior. So our primary target is going to be the Marksman Hunter. Reason being is he does do a lot of damage, but at the same time, we believe him to have less defenses. But in my opinion, I think we should pull the the warrior behind the pillar and beat him up. But we already agreed to primary target the hunter, so we'll just continue with that. So you can see here, he walks in behind the pillar, allowing us to connect. He uses disengage, so he can't really get away from us right now, although he's doing a pretty good job. I get bopped, thankfully, and then I see the priest come in for a fear. I definitely should have had a pre-tremor for that. That's definitely my fault, but you live and learn. So here we get a big blast. The Ret Pally goes down pretty low, but thankfully is able to get off a lay on hands just in time. So we're almost out of defensives, and here they connect to me. So I go ahead and quickly burrow. I still have stone bulwark, so it's good. So we're back onto the Marksman Hunter, and I have Ascendance coming up in 30 seconds. Our Ret Paladin goes ahead and bubbles, so we're finally, we're stable. So quick swap to the warrior because he was low, and that gives us health swap, so great. Now the Marksman Hunter is pretty open, right? So we're getting there. We just gotta live a little bit longer. But here our healer gets scattered while the Ret Paladin's low, and I definitely could have spot healed our Ret Paladin. That was definitely my fault. Would that have saved the game? I don't know, but it definitely would have helped more than what I was doing. But anyways, now we're back, but this time we have the Holy Priest on our team. Now, I'm not sure how he charged me, but he also shockwaved and missed. I don't understand that, but it is what it is. So I see the Fury Warrior all over a Ret Paladin, so I go ahead and go to the other side of the pillar and Ascendance and pop cooldowns. And then I go ahead and trinket the Hodge Intimidating Shout overlap because I figure it's probably worth it with Ascendance up. I'm getting chunked pretty good, so I go ahead and quickly wall. Unfortunately, overlapping with Guardian Spirit, but it didn't proc, so that's a good thing. So they're really focused on my Ret Paladin, which is kind of good for me, but it's a little bit weird. But here I get a nice Ascendance proc from tier set, and then they start focusing me down again. So you can see my health just doing yo-yos all the time, which is kind of scary, but it happens. So the warrior dropped a spear bastion, so we can't really do anything. I see the paladin go in. He looks like he's going for a Hodge. Thankfully, the priest trinkets and gets me out of danger with a life swap, but I'm still pretty low. So I go ahead and drop Stone Bulwark, which doesn't quite do anything. I'm still very, very low. There's Lay on Hands. Then I drop once again to 20%, which is crazy. So I just go ahead and burrow. I'm like, okay, I'm kind of safe now. Get out of burrow real quick, help myself, heal up, and now I go for a quick little hex onto the Marksman Hunter, and he goes ahead and trinkets it, which is pretty huge, pretty huge. I just wanted to stop damage a little bit and get him off my face. So it's just the Fury Warrior on me. I'm staying LOS from the Marksman Hunter because he's the scariest threat. And then you can see him pushing in on top of us once again, and the Warrior got Spell Bob. So we have a pretty good opening. We got 20 seconds on Ascendant, so we're looking really, really good here. So I get a nice little tier set proc, and there's the turtle, which is perfect. So it's like, okay, great. Peel behind the pillar real quick. Our paladin's slowly falling over, but thankfully he still has bubble. We have a nice fear onto the Holy Paladin as well. So I go ahead and I go pop cooldowns. I have Trinket ready to go. I Trinket the stun. I get silence right after, which really sucks. But I'm able to commit and just in time bring him down, thankfully. Because yeah, if I had lost that, it would have really sucked. But it's myself and the marksman, so we want to go after the warrior. In my eyes, warrior ret, the warrior should always be the target. The reason why is because I feel like warriors are a lot squishier. Um, Rets do have a bit of support for them, but I feel like the warrior is going to be more annoying to deal with in terms of support. So, and the warrior doesn't have as much self healing as the ret pally, so we can go ahead and hit the warrior. So you can see we're kind of getting a lot of damage on both of them. They're getting a lot of cleave damage done. We get feared, but nothing too dangerous. So I'm kind of standing back a little bit, helping out my marksman without trying to get cleaved and put our healer in a lot of pressure, right? Because if you're both getting hit, it really sucks and makes the healer use double the mana. So I see the priest going in for a little fear. So I pre-drop Tremor, and then I go for a Hex. There's the Fade. So now this gives my Holy Paladin a chance to CC the priest without any worry. So we get a lot here. I tried to catch the warrior with a cap totem. I missed it the first time, but thankfully I was able to move it. And there's the life swap. So perfect. We get a lot of pressure now. So my hunter gets stunned here, so I quickly thunderstorm, but get a nice proc of ascendance and able to just bring down the warrior just that quick. It was quite nice. Quite lucky too. But now we're fighting the same team, but they have the Holy Paladin on their team, and we have the Holy Priest. So they start off on me, which is fine. Kind of weird that the priest gripped me. I'm not gonna lie, but you know it is what it is. So I place myself in front of the paladin. Now I'm not quite sure what broke my hex there, mainly because he didn't use trinket or anything, so I don't really know what's going on there. But we get the warrior very, very low, and that looks like there was a lay on hands used. I see the ret pally go for a searing glare, so I quickly interrupt that because I don't want to be stopped on my nice ascendance, because that's the only use I am. But you can see the warrior is just falling and falling, so I back off a little bit. I have hex coming up, so I go ahead and hex, but I get hodge, so, and repped at the same time. Go for it again. There's the Holy Paladin's kick. Okay, that's fine. So we back off again, get the hex off, perfect. We line up a fear, but it ends up getting broken by the ret paladin's sanctification or whatever. And then he also bubbles off the hex, so we're like, all right. And we get a lot of pressure on this warrior. I have Ray of Hope on me, so my HP isn't really dipping or moving. And the marksman hunter is, you know, doing okay. So get a little cap totem. I get hodge, whatever. Drop a little bloodlust, doom winds, get a nice ascendance proc. And even though I'm disarmed, I'm just spamming lightning bolts because that's all I can do. And it was worth it. And brought him down, thankfully. So now it's myself and the warrior versus the marksman and the ret pally. So this one was really weird. It looked like the ret paladin was AFK at the start. I'm not sure. The hunter was being a little bit toxic, but I didn't think anything too crazy. So he's peeling off to the other side of the world, so I can't quite connect to him, which sucks. I am in ascendance, but don't really get a whole lot. So I back off, go for a nice little hex onto the Holy Pally, and then he trinkets it pretty quick. It was kind of shocking because nobody was really in danger, I felt like. So we get blinded, so I can't really do anything. But thankfully I get dispelled, so committing a little bit of damage. Just be careful when you get searing glared because it causes everything to miss except for healing. So if you have heals, send them while you're waiting for it. So I try to stop the hunter's little quick damage. Also, I probably could have run grounding totem, but I was very scared of damage, so I wanted to keep a lot of self-sustain to try and keep myself alive. But I think grounding totem would have been really good here too. But you can see we're able to connect to this hunter surprisingly well, even though he has two freedoms. So here I connect to the ret pally mainly because they're both getting low. So I wanted to see if we could get double immunities, but unfortunately we do get one. We get one. I go for a quick hex or something. I think I was healing. I didn't really look at the spell, I'm not gonna lie. And then the Holy Paladin saw I wanted to hex him, so he goes ahead and peels off. So there's the bop. And then I wish the warrior had saw the Ret Pally, because I think we could have brought him down pretty quick, because warriors do have really good execute. But it was a bit unfortunate. I tried to fake cast hexes here, but don't really get anything. And we got 20 seconds on Ascendant, and this Ret Pally timed. I don't know. I think he just wanted to CC us, but he timed that pretty well with my tier set proc. So it was a bit unfortunate. I'm trying to proc some Maelstrom for my Stormweaver buff, trying to heal up my warrior friend here, but it's just not working out. So I quickly spam. I send a full burst, blasting off this hunter, but unfortunately we don't get anywhere and the warrior falls over. So it was a bit unfortunate there. So same plan here. I felt like we should have went for the Ret Pally, but the warrior wasn't communicating, so I kind of just followed his lead. You know, well, nothing really hurts with not communicating. Like, I don't blame people for turning chat off, but it's a bit frustrating. So I just committed to what he wanted to hit. So it is what it is. So he gets a nice double fear, but they double trinket it or double CC it or whatever they do to break out of it. And so we get back onto this hunter. So I should have been using Purge a lot more to get these freedoms off. But unfortunately, I wasn't quite thinking about that. So I'm just trying to heal each other, heal up my friends, and keep them alive. I get, set back a little bit. So I CC the Paladin. He gets sanctified. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. So that's the Ret Paladin save right there. I see the Paladin get feared. I did spend the Tremor, but it was a DR CC, so I don't think it was worth it. I didn't really notice that. I just saw the fear, and so I committed that. It really sucked. But we get the warrior saved. I go ahead and burrow to save myself, give my healer a quick little break and get to the hunter. There is Turtle. So that was perfect. And I have Ascendance coming up in 40 seconds. So all we have to do is survive. That's it. So I get disoriented. I'm trying to pop a Tempest to save him, but doesn't work. Anyways, guys, that is it. We got elite status. So yay. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully enjoyed, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Laters!